Welcome back to News to Astonish, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more, and to another amazing Marvel Spider-Man 2 video. My name is Ronnie, and tonight we're going to talk about how the black suit can affect Peter Parker in Marvel Spider-Man 2. First off, I would like to acknowledge and thank Brian Wilcox for his idea he commented on one of my earlier Marvel Spider-Man 2 videos. Brian Wilcox asks, could you maybe do a video of how the black suit could change Peter and maybe he would swing in a different animation? That's a great question, Brian, and a great idea for a video as well. Before we continue on with the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so y'all don't miss anything. I post videos on a daily basis, mostly Marvel Spider-Man 2 related videos, so if those kinds of videos are for you, then definitely hit that subscribe button at the very least. I'm only one subscriber away from 9,000 subs. Come on, let's reach over 9,000. It definitely helps the channel. Follow me on social media, such as my Twitter and Instagram. Links to those are in the description box below, along with the invitation link to my Discord. I definitely want to see you there engaging with the Astonish audience. Join us and bring pizza because every day is pizza time on my Discord. Without further ado, let's get into this. The black suit, one of the most overdone and most popular stories in Marvel history. You've seen it. You've seen it in the comics, the animated series, the games, and even the movies. Your parents most likely know the story. Hell, even your grandparents know the origins of the black suit. Just look at that old fart. His face says it all, just exuding confidence. Well, what if I were to tell you we will see it again? What if we were to see the return of Bully Maguire? Hell, what if I wanted to be Bully Astonish? Alright, on a serious note, I think Insomniac Games is going to treat the black suit storyline with proper care. Maybe a little reference or even an Easter egg of the Bully Maguire meme everyone desperately wants in Marvel Spider-Man 2 would probably pop up. Sadly, I don't think we will see Bully Maguire in this game. So, we all know what effects the black suit has on Parker, and the general agreement is that the black suit tends to give Peter more violent tendencies, aggressive behavior, a boost in confidence, being quite the loner, and overall mistreating his friends and loved ones, which leads me to believe that at some point, Peter will eventually hit a low point in the game where he briefly becomes an antagonist, and it's up to Miles Morales to stop him. So, how does this affect Peter and everyone around him? Without getting into too much detail about his powers and swinging abilities, because I sort of covered that already in previous videos, no doubt he will be faster and stronger. We can start with Jonah Jameson. JJ gets word that Spider-Man has been acting strange lately, confirming Jameson's theories, or so he thinks because he's always coming up with theories about Spider-Man and talking about how he's a menace to society. Jameson can totally use this plot to boost listener count on his podcast. He may even write a new book called I Was Right About Spider-Man All Along, or something along the lines. Overall, I'm sure Jameson's reaction to the new Spider-Man is going to be hilarious, and I'm certain while Peter donning the black suit and constantly hearing Jameson bad-mouthing him, it may cause Spider-Man to react and even go after Jameson. Who knows, but I definitely want to see that unfold. Which leads to the people of New York City. I'm sure Jameson's outlandish conspiracies of Spider-Man will hit the streets of New York at some point. People will notice that Spider-Man has been acting strange lately, causing the people of New York to ostracize him. Without a doubt, people will boo him off the streets, maybe even attack Spider-Man if they see him in the streets, causing to get a bad reaction out of Spider-Man, no doubt. Next thing you know, Spider-Man is attacking citizens, which I'm sure to Jameson, it'll be like hitting the lottery. Could you imagine Spider-Man picking fights with random citizens on the streets because they don't agree with his newfound brutal methods? Something to think about. Up next is Mary Jane. MJ is currently Peter Parker's girlfriend once again. You know, I think this may end up being a learning experience for both Peter and MJ once the black suit situation is resolved. While I do believe Peter donning the black suit will affect the relationship to an extent, it won't necessarily end it. MJ, at least this version of the character, is really intuitive. She may be able to figure out what's going on without jumping the gun and calling the relationship off. Mary Jane simply cares way too much about Peter Parker that she's simply not going to let Peter go and possibly hurt himself. No matter what happens, she's always going to be by Peter's side. And then there's Miles Morales, the one and true believer of Spider-Man, the one who's learned from the OG, the best there is. Could you only imagine how heartbreaking it will probably be if Miles Morales caught Peter acting irrational and using brutal methods to get his way? The way I see it, Miles Morales could be the only one to get through Peter's head. Miles could simply remind Peter of the oath he took before he went flying solo. He could be the one to remind Peter that with great power, there must also come great responsibility.
What's this?
Christmas present. But first, you gotta take the oath.
Oh. Okay.
I promise to do everything in my power to protect this city.
I promise.
That's it.
That oath a real thing?
Totally. Definitely didn't just make it up. See you in a few weeks, Spider-Man. New York's only Spider-Man.
I think Miles is the answer to Peter's freedom of the black suit. Plus, I believe while this is in fact a Peter Parker story, it's probably going to take two Spider-Men to really get to the bottom of this. One of the best aspects of a great Spider-Man story are the strong supporting characters in them. At its core, Spider-Man isn't Spider-Man without his loved ones. He needs the support, care, and love to get through these trials and tribulations. I guess that's what makes Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Everyone needs help sometimes, even Spider-Man. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so you all don't miss videos like this, and I will see you all in the next comic panel.
Will one of you finally give me what I desire?